check. Test. Okay, my headphones are...
Big O Tires of Evanston presents Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, with video online at k-9radio.com. Today's game is brought to you by these Outlaws supporting businesses and individuals. Big O Tires, Castle Rock Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston, Old West Stories and Productions, Telegram to Good Health, Old West Design, Uinta Physical Therapy, Walmart of Evanston, Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston, Rocky Mountain Massage, Davis Chiropractic, Aspen Grove Nursery, and your scoreboard sponsor for today's game is Uinta Physical Therapy. And now it's time for a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, with video online at k-9radio.com.
Good morning and welcome to the Paul J. Wataha Ballfield Complex here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. Ryan Sanekert here, and welcome to the Evanston Outlaws pregame show here on the Big Dog in Country, k-9radio.com. Today the Outlaws are taking on the Rawlins Generals in the opening game of this invitational tournament, the Archie Way Post 24 Invitational here in Rock Springs. Now the opening pitch is scheduled for about 10 minutes from now. In the meantime, we have our pregame show on Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws Baseball on the Big Dog, k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Us are taking on the Rawlins Generals, and as I mentioned, we're about 10 minutes away from your opening pitch. It's a beautiful day over here in Rock Springs. Supposed to have highs up around 70, maybe 70 plus today. And if you've never been over to Rock Springs and seen this facility here at the Paul J. Wataha Ballfield Complex, it's a beautiful field. They keep it well conditioned. It's in great condition. And I was talking with Todd Hoover, the manager for the Evanston Outlaws. He said the dirt, they keep it moist, and it's a great ball field to play at. Now the Evanston Outlaws come in at 0-1 after a loss at Green River this past Thursday, 11-4. Outlaws had just 4 hits in the ball game. Hunter Daru went 1 for 4. Ian Fisher was 1 for 4. Daru rather was 1 for 3. Fisher 1 for 4. Will Kishpaw 1 for 4, and Robbie Nowicki was 1 for 4. So those 4 each had a hit apiece. Hunter Daru scored twice. Ian Fisher once, and Will Kishpaw scored once. And that was all the Evanston Outlaws could muster. A lot of errors. It was kind of a first game, a typical kind of first game. A lot of errors and some hit by some players that were beamed up at the mound, up at the plate, and some just kind of some first game jitters. So the Outlaws will be looking to get past that here today against the Rawlins Generals. And I've got the Generals have not played. This is going to be their first game, opening game of the 2014 season. So that's what's coming up between these two teams. And that's today's scene set for today's matchup. We're less than 10 minutes away from the opening pitch between the Outlaws and the Rawlins Generals. So stay tuned. Right after this, we'll talk with opposing coach. And so that's John McNeese. We'll talk with him, and then we'll take a minute to talk with Outlaw head coach Judd Kishpaw, get his thoughts on today's game as well. That's coming up after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, k-9radio.com.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Ryan Steinekert here with John McNeese, head coach of the Rawlins Generals. Coach, I appreciate your time today. So can you tell me a little bit about your team, what you did last year, and who you have coming back from that team?
Yeah, we have probably about a half a dozen seniors coming back, which is kind of scary for next year. But got some older guys with a lot of experience. We got our ace coming back and starting catchers and third baseman and our starting shortstop as well.
You got some real key positions coming back.
Yep, but we're pretty young in those other spots, like our corner outfielders, pretty young in those positions, and our first baseman and second baseman.
And how did the team do last year?
We did pretty well. I think we went 36-21, so better than the past. And we made it to state, which was the first time since 2005, and took fourth in districts with a big win over Riverton. That was a great accomplishment for us, and had a lot of big wins last year as well. Just starting to be more competitive in American Legion baseball.
So you mentioned some of the key positions you've got coming back. What do you expect as far as contribution out of some of those guys this season?
I expect, like, Lucas Randolph, he's definitely going to be our ace. He's going to play a big role on our pitching staff. Probably going to see a lot of innings out of him. Eli Fernandez, pitcher and third baseman, going to see him relieving a lot and starting off the lineup with us. And then Lane Portratz, our starting shortstop and pitcher as well. Going to see a good amount of innings out of him, seeing some starting time with him, and really playing some good defense there over at shortstop. That's what I expect out of him.
Based on how you did last year, fourth at districts, you made it to state, who you have coming back, what are your expectations for this season?
Well, we're going to compete for state. That's my expectation, and that's what a lot of kids want to do as well.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be, state contenders this year. I think we've got a good chance of doing that.
Are you familiar enough with other teams in the state and what they have coming back to know who else you may be contending with for state?
I got a pretty good grasp with some of the other teams from around the state. Like Evanston, those guys are always a threat. Those guys can hit like crazy and always have been able to do that, even back when I was playing. So it's not going to be easy trying to be a state contender because, there's some good competition here in the state of Wyoming.
Coach, anything else you want to touch on about the Rawlins Generals?
We're just excited to get started and looking forward to a great season and seeing a lot of, new faces and old faces out there, and looking forward to getting back to it.
I sure appreciate your time, and best of luck this weekend.
All right, thank you.
Thank you to the Rawlins Generals head coach John McNeese for that interview. We're less than 10 minutes away from the opening pitch and today's action. You're listening to the pregame show, so stay tuned and we'll visit with Outlaw head coach Judd Kishbaugh in just a moment. You're listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, k-9radio.com.
I'm a 75-year-old woman who had a low back surgery. After surgery, I had a lot of pain in my left leg. My doctor ordered physical therapy, and I chose Mark Brinkerhoff. He gave me exercises that I could tolerate, and now I have no pain, and I can walk as I always did. Mark seems to be very knowledgeable and experienced. I am very happy with my results.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. You went to physical therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money. Live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball. Online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Here joining me now is Coach Judd Kishpa. And Coach, are you ready to go?
Yeah, sure. I was talking to you earlier this week, and I said we need to have 7, 8, 10 hits for us to win. They had errors. We had errors. They started with errors. The air bug was on them, and then they gave it to us. We ended up having errors.
It was contagious.
It was.
That's a problem.
It was. They ended up with 5 hits. We ended up with 3. And so then you get a crazy game like this. We tried some different things. I hate to lose, but a game like this is kind of important for us to kind of figure out because we have so many kids we got to shuffle around. So, I mean, all in all, it was good. We kind of got to see a couple kids in spots they haven't played before.
Going through practice the last few weeks, I know it's been cold and real windy, and there was some wind tonight, but it was a comfortable temperature.
It was.
And on top of that, you kind of expect some first-game bugs, some first-game jitters, right?
Oh, and you could see it in the very first inning. We could see it in kids. We could tell just by their personalities because they're typically not like that. But they kind of got them out, and they played pretty good. And I'll tell you what, that 4th inning just kind of killed us. And, we tend to have the kids, this is a short field. It's only 310 in the center.
Right.
So a lot of people think, well, we need to play way back against that fence. No, because what happens there is then they're just going to hit little blooper shots, and that's where it'll kill you. We tried some different things with pitching and tried some different things. Yeah, we're missing one kid that's really going to be playing quite a bit for us. He had to go play golf. And other than that, yeah, we had three hits. We had Hunter Drew went 1 for 3, Ian Fisher went 1 for 4, and Will Kishpa went 1 for 4, and that was it. Robbie's, he really hammered the ball. You know what, I think we're going to go ahead and give him that hit because that was a shot and it about knocked the kid's glove out of his hand.
When you're the one keeping score, you can do that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So overall then, how did you feel about tonight's game, what you saw? I mean, obviously you want to win, but how do you feel about the way things worked out and what you're able to learn and see tonight?
Well, we're excited, I can tell you that, because it's been a long time it's been since we've had so many kids that we had to choose from. So we're trying to throw kids in different spots. We probably played a little too much with the JV kids. We brought 4 or 5 with us. We stuck them in. We just kind of were playing around. So, after that 3rd inning, that's when it happened. And, it's funny because it was nice and warm there. And then once we started going downhill, we could start feeling the chill.
So hopefully it's warm the rest of the season, right?
I hope so. I think we'll be okay this weekend.
Tell me, what do you know about the Generals that you're playing this Saturday?
Well, they're returning quite a few kids. They're a pretty solid ball club. In the past, they've been a little light, with decent players. But they've been, John McNeese, their coach, has really been coming alive, getting the team excited to play, and they're going to give us a run.
Okay.
So,
anything else you want to touch on, Coach?
Don't think so. I appreciate you coming out.
Yeah. Coach, thank you for your time. Thanks for coming up and having a chat with me.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you to Evanston Outlaw head coach Judd Kishpa for that interview. This has been the pregame show. We're just about 3 minutes away from starting lineups and today's opening pitch here on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, k-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic. Traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the field, the Wataha Ballfield Complex here in Rock Springs. Ryan Steinekert here, and we're just about ready to get this one away. Opening pitch, we'll give you starting lineups as we go here. First pitch from Alex Richens, starting on the mound for the Evanston Outlaws, up high, ball one. And at the plate, leading off is Cody Palmer, center fielder, number 10 for the Rock Springs, or for the Rawlins Generals. He'll take ball two inside from Richens, and Richens down early in the count. 2 balls, no strikes. We're just underway here. The Evanston Outlaws and the Rawlins Generals. Cody Palmer at the plate. He's the first hitter, and a 2-0 count. Here's the 2-0 pitch inside, again up high from Richens, and he's down a little bit of a tough spot here early on against the leadoff hitter. Again, Cody Palmer for the Rawlins Generals. 3 balls, no strikes. Palmer takes that one right down the pipe. Strike one from Richens. And he finds the strike zone. We'll see if he can find a corner of the plate or another strike here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Top of the first, nobody out. Rawlins, the visiting team, and swung on and a foul ball off the plate and bounced backwards. So Richens finds the strike zone a couple times in a row, and we have a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes after that foul ball. And Palmer will step back in. Cody Palmer, a 17-year-old, swings on this one down the first base line, just foul. Just behind that one enough to keep it foul, and a lucky break for the Outlaws because that's a single, at least for Palmer, if it stays fair. Over there at first base, Will Kishpaw was just about on it. Got a good jump on that right as it came off the bat. But full count, still 3 balls, 2 strikes here after that foul ball, and Richens will wind up. Here's the pitch to Palmer, outside, down low, caught the strike zone, strike 3. Caught looking is Cody Palmer, and he strikes out. So Richens gets down early in the count, 3-0, but then throws 4 strikes in a row, a couple of them fouled off, and then the third one, a strike down low in the zone, and we have 1 down. Up to the plate now is Eli Fernandez. He hits right as well. Fernandez awaits. Here's the pitch from Richens. That one drops in there for strike 1. Richens, his first 3 pitches were balls, but he had a little trouble finding that strike zone, but since he found it, he's done real well to this point. Here's no balls, 1 strike, the pitch. This one way outside and down low, ball 1 to Eli Fernandez. 1 down, top of the first inning. Outlaws, the home team in this ball game. Here's the pitch from Richens. Misses outside. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. 1 down, top of the first inning on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. If you're watching online at k-9radio.com, you see that scoreboard in your upper left-hand corner. This one way out in front, bounces once. Good dig by Hunter DeRue behind the plate there for the Outlaws. So a 3 ball, 1 strike count for Richens against Eli Fernandez. Here's Fernandez waiting and just, caught that front corner as it came across from left to right. And Fernandez wanted a base. He wanted a walk, but instead it's strike 2. Full count now with 1 down. Richens looking in, winds up, not wasting time, goes down low with it, ball 4. And Fernandez on first with a walk. That'll bring up Lucas Randolph, number 8. Randolph going to be on the mound today for the Generals. Batting third with a man on first. Richens. Short lead over there for Fernandez. Doesn't want to get too far off before he sees what Richens can do as far as a move. First pitch to Randolph up high for ball 1. No balls, or 1 ball, no strikes against Randolph. Now Fernandez, not much of a lead, but he's going to head for second. The throw down there in time, but just off target. Fernandez, great position on the dive. He slides in on the far side of the bag, out toward left field almost, and able to dodge that tag. So a stolen base for Fernandez. The throw was just a bit underneath, and Ian Fisher had to come in toward the pitcher's mound to get that throw down to second. Fernandez leading off at second base now with 1 out. Here's the 1-1 pitch down low, ball 2. So 2 balls and a strike from Richens on Lucas Randolph. 1 down, and Fernandez in scoring position for the Rawlins Generals. here in Rock Springs. Richens looks back. Fernandez, not a real big lead. Here's the pitch to Randolph, and this one breaks, but not enough. Comes in high. Ball 3. So 3 balls and a strike for Lucas Randolph, and Richens needs to find that strike zone again. Richens looking in. Glances back to Fernandez, taking his lead at second base. Here's the pitch to Randolph. Fouled back up and over, and it's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. For the Evanston Outlaws, on the mound, of course, Alex Richens. Behind the plate, Hunter Daru. At first, number 24, Will Kishpaw. Second base, number 23, Miles Piper. In third base is number 18, Hunter Hicks. Shortstop is number 12, Ian Fisher. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Randolph, and swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Richens. 2 down now. Richens with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Runner on second with 2 outs, and to the plate now is Thomas Gamblin, the catcher, number 11 for the Generals. Gamblin steps in. Richens glances back at second. Now the pitch up high and a bit outside for ball 1 against Gamblin. So a ball, no strikes, 2 outs here. Runner on second. That's Eli Fernandez. He got on with a walk and then stole second base. Richens glances back at him. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a high one, and Richens got Gamblin to chase that one up high. So a ball and a strike on Gamblin. Richens back up to the rubber. Winds up. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball does not break enough. It comes in inside and maybe up high for ball 2. Oh, they're going to call that a strike. I missed that call by the umpire. 1 ball, 2 strikes. So that one just caught the corner. And Gamblin down. Here's the 1-2 pitch. About the same thing, but this time a little bit further inside. That's going to miss the plate for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. And no score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Gamblin steps out. Started to go into the batter's box, but then dropped back out. Richens glances back at second at Fernandez. Here's the 2-2. Swung on, a high pop-up and out of play, back over the backstop. Outfielders for the Evanston Outlaws in this one, number 3, Tucker Leland in left field. Robbie Nowicki in center, number 25. And at number 42 in right field, Austin Housekeeper. Outlaws. Alex Richens on the mound looking in. Glances back at second once again. At Fernandez over there. Pitches, swing and a miss. He gets Gamblin to chase one outside. And Richens, a very solid first inning, strikes out 2. Got 1 runner on with a walk, but after the top of the first, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. That brings us to the middle of the first inning, and the Evanston Outlaws will be up when we come back. We'll have leadoff Hunter Daru, then Ian Fisher and Austin Housekeeper right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball. Online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the field, and we're here at the Wataha Ballfield Complex in Rock Springs. And the Evanston Outlaws, a very solid first inning for Alex Richens on the mound. Struck out 3. He walked Eli Fernandez, who was the second hitter in the lineup. Fernandez stole second base, but didn't get past there after Richens struck out Lucas Randolph, the third hitter, and number 4 hitter, Thomas Gamblin. So Richens, as I mentioned, a very solid first inning. Had a little trouble finding that strike zone, but I think we'll see him settle in a bit and not have much more trouble. Based on what I saw against those last 2 batters, good inning for Alex Richens. Now the Outlaws, as I mentioned, their starting lineup out in the field, they're going to lead off with Hunter Giroux, Ian Fisher, and then Austin Housekeeper at the plate. 1, 2, 3 here to start this bottom of the first inning. Rawlins Generals with Lucas Randolph on the mound. Behind the plate is number 11, Thomas Gamblin. And Giroux comes up to the plate. He's ready to go. Giroux steps in, looking over to Coach Todd Hoover there on third base. Coach Judd Kishbaugh on first for the Outlaws. Randolph up onto the rubber, facing in. Here's the first pitch to Giroux. Swung on, may have been tipped back to the catcher's mitt, and strike 1 on Giroux. Hunter Giroux 1 for 3 against Green River on Thursday. Scored twice. Puts this one into play down the right field line, just a bit foul. And so he's behind that one. Goes for strike 2 after the foul ball. So no balls, 2 strikes to Giroux. And I know Randolph coming right after him. Pitches in the strike zone. You like to see a lot of pitches out of that leadoff hitter. Pitch from Randolph outside, misses for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Giroux lines one into shallow left center field. Going back is Eli Fernandez. He can't get there, and Hunter Giroux, a leadoff single for the Evanston Outlaws. Good way to start for the Outlaws with a base hit, and Hunter Giroux on first. Ian Fisher up to the plate now. Great effort by Fernandez. Diving effort back there in shallow center field, or left center field, but couldn't quite get to it. Giroux just looped it over the top, and that'll bring Ian Fisher to the plate. Fisher, 1 for 4 against Green River on Thursday. Struck out once, but got a hit in the third, and scored in that third inning. Randolph steps off the rubber and fakes a throw over to first. Giroux dives back in, and Fisher steps out of the box. Now he'll step back in and await the pitch. Giroux, a short lead, inches out a little further at first. The pitch outside for ball 1. To Ian Fisher. Randolph glances over at first again, pitching out of the stretch. Short lead for Giroux. He's going to head for second. Swing and a miss on the pitch. The throw is there, and Giroux is hosed at second base. Great throw by Thomas Gamblin, and he catches Giroux trying to steal. So the Outlaws, a great opportunity, but Hunter Giroux caught stealing. Boy, and there was a combination of things there. He did not have a real big lead, first of all. Second, the pitch came in right where Gamblin needed it to, and he made a perfect throw down to second. So 1 down against the Outlaws. Here's Ian Fisher. He'll take strike 1 on the inside, or strike 2 rather, on the inside corner. And it's a ball and 2 strikes against Fisher. Randolph winds up. The pitch way outside. Squirts past Gamblin. Back to the backstop for ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fisher steps back in. Here's the pitch from Randolph. Up high, ball 3, a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 down. Bottom of the first inning, no score on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Randolph wasting no time, winds up. Here's the pitch. A line drive into right field, just over the outstretched glove of first baseman Tristan Rothburn, and a single for Ian Fisher. So both Evanston Outlaws, the first 2 hitters, both with singles to start this one out. Again, Hunter Giroux was gunned down trying to steal second base. That'll bring Austin Housekeeper, the right fielder for the Evanston Outlaws, to the plate. Housekeeper 0 for 3. 0 for 3 against the Green River Pirates. on Thursday. Struck out once. Lucas Randolph steps off the mound, looks over to first, but not a real big lead for Fisher over there. He inches out a little more. Here's the pitch from Randolph. Grounder down the third base line, trying to backhand it. Nope, knocks it down. Throw to first is way late, and now Fisher's going to head for third. The throw over to third is late, and we have runners on the corners. Great base running, and a heads-up play by Ian Fisher as he saw that throw go to first. He was going to have time to get over to third base. Took advantage of that. We'll call that an error by the third baseman, Damon Wagner. And the Red Devils, or the Outlaws rather, with runners on the corners and just one out to the plate. Will Kishpaw, cleanup hitter for the Outlaws, looking for something big here. Kishpaw steps in. Went 1 for 4 against Green River on Thursday. His first pitch, he's swinging for that Rock Springs wording out there on center field on the fence. Swing and a miss, strike one for Kishpaw. And Will Kishpaw did, I want to say he was one of the team leaders. Second in home runs on the team last year, behind only Cade Lim. Kishpaw hit a couple out last year. No balls, one strike. Runners on the corners for the Outlaws, one out. Kishpaw swings on this one. He's underneath it and fouls it back. And now no balls, 2 strikes. Kishpaw down in the count. Runners on the corners. A couple of singles in this first inning for the Outlaws. Ian Fisher on third now after the error got Housekeeper on to first, and now Randolph steps off the rubber. I'll be honest, Randolph looking a little sluggish out there. I don't know if he's quite woken up yet this morning. All of his movements are just kind of real slow and deliberate. Here's the pitch. Swung on. Kishpaw fouls it off down the right field line and out of play. Hit and run opportunity there as Housekeeper was headed for second on that pitch. So the count remains no balls, 2 strikes on Kishpaw. Randolph back onto the rubber. Housekeeper a good lead at first, inches out a little further. Fisher at third, inching out. Now he's going to get back, and Randolph throws over there. Not a real close play. Fisher back in, standing up. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, bottom of the first inning. No score on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Will Kishpaw steps back in, awaits the pitch. Here's the 0-2 from Randolph. Swung on line, or a ground ball up the right side through the gap. That's going to score Fisher. Housekeeper around to third. Will Kishpaw stays at first with an RBI single. Didn't put a lot on it, but he went the other way with it. Found the gap between first and second, and Kishpaw with the RBI single, and the Evanston Outlaws lead 1-0 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. And again, we have runners at the corners as Austin Housekeeper made it all the way around to third on that base hit. Miles Piper to the plate now, and he's going to just scoop back, slide back to get out of the way of that inside pitch. Ball 1 from Randolph. Runners on the corners for the Outlaws, again leading 1-0 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Randolph looks over to first, to third. Now the pitch, and Piper fouls this one off the end of the bat over toward the first base dugout. So a ball and a strike on Piper. Outlaws leading 1-0 here, bottom of the first on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Randolph looking in, winds up. Here's the pitch. Kishpaw headed for second. They're going to let him go. He slides in. Hustled all the way there. Gamblin stood up, popped up like he was going to throw, but then just threw it right back to his pitcher, Lucas Randolph. Runners on second and third now for the Outlaws after the steal by Kishpaw. Here's the pitch. The 2-1 is inside. Ball 3 for Piper, Miles Piper. 3 balls and a strike. Piper went 0 for 2 on Thursday against Green River. Swings at this one and misses. That one a bit high and outside. And that makes it a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. One down with runners on second and third. Randolph, here's the windup. The pitch. Piper, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Miles Piper strikes out. 2 outs. We'll bring up Hunter Hicks with runners on second and third for the Outlaws, leading 1-0 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. If you can see that scoreboard, well, it's kind of tough to see through that chain link fence up in that upper left-hand corner of your screen if you're watching. Here's the first pitch for Hicks. That one high and away, ball 1. It's the first left-handed hitter we've seen today. He's a switch hitter. And you can see just from that first pitch, that threw Randolph off just a bit, something he's not as accustomed to in seeing at the plate. Here's the 0-1, or the 1-0. Line back up the middle by Hicks, and just unfortunate. He hits it right to the center fielder, Cody Palmer. Palmer got a nice jump on it and made the catch. Great contact by Hunter Hicks, but unfortunately just right at Cody Palmer, the center fielder. So the fly out to center field ends the inning right there. But the Outlaws do some damage. 1 run, 3 hits, 1 error, 2 left on base, and the Outlaws lead 1-0 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the top of the second inning right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on K9, the big dog in country, k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means, but he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the big dog at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the big dog at k-9radio.com.
Evanston Outlaws with 3 hits in that first inning and a run on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Alex Richens back out on the mound for the Outlaws. First pitch is a strike to Dean Samora. Samora takes that one on the outside corner of the plate. And no balls, 1 strike. Hey, Richens struck out 3 in the first inning. Good solid start for Richens. Here's the 0-1. This one down low and outside. DeRue trying to hold that pitcher, that catcher's mitt in place and get the strike called, but not going to happen. Dean Samora, 1-1 count. Samora, the second baseman, takes ball 2 down low, and it's 2 balls and a strike on Samora. Richens winds up. Here's the pitch. This one down low again. So he's missed low 3 pitches in a row after a first pitch strike against Samora, and it's 3 balls and a strike. Richens looking in. Winds up. Here's the 3-1. Misses outside down low. Squirts away from DeRue. Back to the screen. DeRue goes back there. Scoops it up, and he'll throw back to Richens. Samora hustled down there. Was thinking maybe he could get to second base, but not going to happen. And he'll stay at first after the walk. That'll bring up Corey Davis. Number 13, right fielder for the Generals. Richens looking at first, short lead for Samora. Now the pitch, and misses down low once again. So he's missed low about 4 or 5 pitches in a row. He's trying to keep that low, and you like to see those low pitches, but got to bring it up just a little bit, Alex. 1 ball, no strikes. Outlaws leading 1-0 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Squaring around to bunt, and Davis lays one down right back at Richens. He'll go over, scoop it up, throw to first, 1 down. But that does its job. That's exactly what Davis wanted to do, was get Samora over to second base. A little small ball there, and Samora is in scoring position on the bunt by Corey Davis. So a runner on second with 1 out, and Tristan Rothburn to the plate. Number 16, first baseman for the Generals. Here's the pitch outside from Richens. And a balk, the umpire calls. Richens looking at the umpire, what did I do? And that'll give Samora third base. And keeps Rothburn at the plate. Richens looking in. Samora a big lead. Here's the swing. The pitch, a ground ball. And Samora's going to score. The throw from Ian Fisher a bit off target. But a nice play by Kishpa to come off the bag, make the catch, and tag the runner. So that scores Dean Samora. And it's a 1-1 ball game. Generals still without a hit in the ball game, but they do even it up right there at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. That brings Damon Wagner to the plate. That's a walk here and there might not be too dangerous, or too damaging, but that one certainly helps the Generals as they bring Samora around to score. Wagner chases one, or Nate Williams rather chases one. And no balls, 2 strikes. And I just said Wagner because it should be Wagner at the plate. Judd Kishbaugh, coach for the Outlaws, has just called a timeout, and I think he's discussing that right now with John McNeese, the coach for the Rawlins Generals. I have on my lineup card from Rawlins, it should be Damon Wagner at the plate, not Nate Williams. I think that's what Coach Kishbaugh is going to, now the umpire comes over to discuss that as well. We're going to take a quick break while they get this sorted out. Tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. And we'll be back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on K-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the Paul J. Wataha Ballfield Complex. This is Ryan Steinekert here with the Evanston Outlaws. We're at the Archie Way Post 24 Invitational. Outlaws and the Generals tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we had a discrepancy from what Rawlins provided on their lineup card with who's at the plate right now. And I think that's what the discussion is. We've got the 2 umpires down on the field talking with both coaches, and the scorekeeper from up here in the box just made his way down there as well. Evanston Outlaws out in the outfield. You've got Leland, Nowitzki, and Housekeeper out just chilling out there in center field. Evanston Outlaws infielders are kind of huddled out near the mound. It's a beautiful day. We do have some wind coming in from the west. There's a flag here just to my left, an American flag, and you can see, I mean, it is a bit of a breeze, but it's a comfortable day here. We got a lot of folks in T-shirts and shorts, and a nice day here in Rock Springs and a beautiful field. We mentioned earlier that this field, boy, it is maintained just incredibly well. You walk up into this complex, and you just see the kind of care they give to these fields. And especially this American Legion field. It is beautiful. So the huddle there breaks up, and we're going to see just how they call this, or just what they decide to do with this. Again, if you're just joining us, I believe that Nate Williams is at the plate. He's got no balls and 2 strikes on him, but I believe it should have been Damon Wagner, the number 8 hitter, at the plate. Oh, Tristan Rothburn did not bat. So they just skip over him? Is that how they work it? They just... Okay. Okay. So Tristan Rothburn did not bat, and since Nate Williams has already received 2 pitches, they just move right along. There's no violation. And now Nate Williams chases one way up high from Alex Richens. That's a strikeout. And that's out number 3. So the General's able to do a little bit of damage there. Dean Samora led off with a walk. Now they must have called, oh yeah, okay. Led off with a walk, and then Corey Davis bunted him over to second, sacrifice bunt, got Samora to second. A balk got him to third, and then Damon Wagner grounded over to short. That scored Samora. And then a strikeout there for Williams. Now, Alex Richens with 3 strikeouts in the first inning, 1 there in that second inning. That brings us to the the end of the first inning. And in that top of the first, 1 run, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. 1-1 is your score on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
And now, Kay Rossiter talks about her physical therapy experience working with Mark Brinkerhoff at Uinta Physical Therapy.
I had both of my knees replaced at the same time a little bit over a year ago, and Mark was my therapist, and he put me through some really strange things, but it must have worked because I was back at work in less than 3 weeks, and when I went for my 6-month checkup to my surgeon, I was at a point where I should have been at a year. I would recommend Mark Brinkerhoff and Uinta Physical Therapy to anyone.
On the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, the Evanston Outlaws and the Rawlins Generals tied at 1. Outlaws with 3 hits in the bottom of that first inning, but they were only able to capitalize with 1 run. And now here to lead off the 7th is Robbie Nowitzki, number 7 hitter, or to lead off the second inning. He pops one straight up. The catcher going back, and basket catch there for Thomas Gamblin. 1 down, and you got to feel the frustration for Nowitzki there. He pops out to the catcher, 1 down. That'll bring up the Evanston Outlaws pitcher, Alex Richens. He's struck out 4 already in this one. Looks good pretty so far. A couple of walks, though, and one of them a lot of damage as they were able to bring Samora around to score. First pitch for Richens up high and inside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Richens looking down to third base, gets a signal from Coach Hoover, steps back in, and awaits the pitch from Randolph. Swings and grounds it back to Randolph. 1 hop to the pitcher. Randolph scoops it up, throws to first, 2 down. So Richens, the 1-3 ground out. And we have 2 outs with Tucker Leland coming to the plate. Leland, team leader in a couple of categories last year. He had 11 doubles for the Outlaws. That was a team leader on the team. Batted .276 last year, and against Green River this last Thursday, 0 for 3, though. He struck out a couple of times. Number 9 hitter, swing and a miss up high on that one. Randolph got him to chase one a bit high. And we have no balls and a strike on Leland. On deck, Hunter Giroux, top of the lineup for the Evanston Outlaws. Here's the pitch to Leland. Nice looking breaking ball and catches that corner. Boy, he's coming in high, breaks down and out and catches that front corner. 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes on Leland. He'll step back in. Now trying to defend. Maybe work the count a little bit. Here's the 0-2. Swings on this one. Ground ball to second base. Scooped up by Dean Samora. The throw to first is low, but a nice scoop by Tristan Rothburn. And 3 up, 3 down for the Evanston Outlaws in this bottom of the second inning. Not much going for the Evanston Outlaws there. A pop out and a couple of ground outs to the right side of the infield. And at the end of 2, we're tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. For the Outlaws in that one, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's 1-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we'll be back with the top of the second inning right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money. Live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic. Traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the broadcast. Ryan Steinekert here at Rock Springs, the Wataha Ballfield Complex, where the Outlaws and the Rawlins are all knotted up at 1 apiece on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws scored in the first. They had 3 hits, scored 1 run in that first inning. In the second inning, Dean Samora led off with a walk, worked his way around a bunt and then a balk, got him over to third base, and then a fielder's choice by Damon Wagner scored Samora. We're tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Back to the top of the lineup, and Cody Palmer for the Rawlins Generals. Alex Richens on the mound. He has 4 strikeouts through 2 innings of work, but those 2 walks, one of them extremely costly in that top of the second inning. Bottom of the third here, and we're tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Richens looking in, Cody Palmer up to the plate. Here's Palmer awaiting the pitch, down low from Richens. And that's ball 1. Ball 1. Palmer saw his first 3 pitches in his at-bat to lead off the game. First 3 pitches were balls, and then Richens worked back and struck him out to lead off. Here's Palmer, ball 2, down low and inside. And again, Giroux holding that mitt there, trying to get that spot. Umpire doesn't buy it, and we have 2 balls and no strikes on Palmer. Richens lines up. Here's the pitch. Outside corner. Yes, got it. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Hunter Hicks at third. Coming in just a little bit. He's just on the edge of the grass. Cheating in a little more. Here's the ground ball. Ian Fisher scoops it up. Throw to first. Great play on a dive by Palmer. He just about got there. But a nice quick throw by Ian Fisher at shortstop on the ground ball, and we have 1 down. Great defensive play there. And that'll bring Eli Fernandez to the plate. Palmer now 0 for 2. Fernandez walked his last time up, got around to second base before the end of the inning. First pitch to Fernandez. Outside corner, got it, strike 1. Richard's got a good spot there on that outside corner if he can keep hitting it. Fernandez awaits. Here's the 0-1. This one outside down low, ball 1. Ball and a strike. Beautiful day here in Rock Springs. And this ball field complex, boy, everywhere you look from this angle, you see golf course. A lot of people out golfing today. And a nice day to be out on the links. Here's the 1-1 from Richens for Fernandez. This one way low, bounces a few feet out in front of the plate. And off of Daru's protective gear out toward first base. And now Coach Kishpaw is going to come out and have just a quick word with Richens, with his pitcher. Daru out there to chat as well for a moment there. Now Richens last year played in 5 games, pitched just 1 inning, and gave up 1 hit. He walked 1, but he struck out 3. That's pretty close to what we saw in that first inning out of Richens. And that's all he got on varsity time, or on the single A baseball for the Outlaws last year. Getting the start in the second game of the season this year for the Outlaws, and he's looked pretty good. 3 strikeouts in the first inning, a strikeout in the second, but a costly walk. And now Kishpaw maybe settle his pitcher down a little bit. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the pitch to Fernandez. Strike 2. That one down the pipe, but maybe just a bit higher than Fernandez wanted to see it, to make a swing at it. Here's a 2-2 pitch from Richens, outside corner, got him looking. Fernandez can't believe it. He was looking down to third base for a direction from the coach on the 3-2, on what he thought was a 3-2 count. At the same time, Richens thought that was out number 3. He was headed for the dugout. He laughs it off and heads back up to the rubber, and it's 2 outs, nobody on. Lucas Randolph, number 3 hitter, back to the plate, struck out in the first. One of 3 strikeouts Richens had in that first inning. First pitch to Randolph, down low and outside, ball 1. Score tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Outlaws scored in the first. Generals scored in the top of the second. Here's the 1-0. Down low and outside. Nope, not there. Misses to Randolph. So a 2-ball, no-strike count for Lucas Randolph, the pitcher for the Rawlins Generals. Richens looking in. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Down low and outside once again. Skips through Daru's mitt and back to the screen, and it's 3 balls, no strikes against Randolph. Here a word of encouragement from Ryan Richens. Says relax for Alex, his son, and the pitch down low again, ball 4. We've seen a walk in each inning earned by the Rawlins Generals, and that puts Lucas Randolph on first with 2 outs, top of the 3rd here. And again, we're tied at 1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. To the plate now, Thomas Gamblin. He struck out to end the first inning. Richens will be looking for the same outcome here. Short lead over there at first for Randolph. Inches out a little further. Richens glances back. Here's the pitch. Down low. Daru, nice job to get out there and keep it in front of him. That keeps Randolph at first base. Good quickness by Daru behind the dish. Gamblin steps back in. A ball, no strikes, the count. Randolph a real short lead over there first. Richens glances back, and now the pitch. Swing and a miss on the outside pitch to Gamblin. Nice placement there by Richens, and it's an even 1-1 count. A ball and a strike. Richens again looking over to first. Randolph just now taking his lead, inching out a little bit further, but it's a short lead. Here's the pitch to Gamblin outside, misses, ball 2. 2 balls, no strike, or 2 balls, 1 strike, and Randolph there at first base. He got on with a walk. 1-1 ball game on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Evanston Outlaws and Rawlins Generals tied. Beautiful day. Here's the pitch, the 2-1 from Richens. That one misses outside, just off that outside corner of the plate. Trying to paint the corners, but he just misses there. It's 3 balls, 1 strike to Gamblin. You don't want to walk him. I would put 2 runners on, but 2 outs here, top of the 3rd inning. Richens, here's the pitch, misses outside. Gamblin will take his base, and there's the 4th walk of the ball game for Richens. Runners on first and second now, and that'll bring Dean Samora to the plate. Samora walked in the second inning, and he came around to score the lone run of the game for the Rawlins Generals. Now Richens will be looking for a different outcome here with 2 outs and 2 on in the top of the third. Here's the pitch from Richens. Samora swings on this one, fouls it straight back. Just barely tipped it and got it right back to the backstop. No balls and a strike, and this time Richens gets up in the count to start. So that's a good start right there for Richens. No balls and a strike. 1-1 is your score on the UNO Physical Therapy scoreboard. Richens glances at the runner at second. That's Lucas Randolph. Here's the pitch for Samora. This comes in a bit high for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Richens back out to the rubber. Samora steps in and waits. Richens looking back. Here's the pitch up high again to Samora. Ball 2. Back out to the rubber. Outlaws not making a real big effort to try and keep Randolph too close to second base. Here's the pitch from Richens. Outside corner. Caught that. Boy, he's just painting that outside edge with that pitch right there. And it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Samora just let that one go by. I probably would have too. That looked outside. But Richens got that, as I mentioned, painted that outside edge. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Richens. Sit down the middle. Ground ball toward third. Coming up to make the play, Hunter Hicks throws to first. Got it. Samora runs into the glove of Will Kishpaw, almost trying to knock it loose like a play at home. But Kishpaw, nice job to hold on to it. And that takes us to the end of the top of the third inning. Good play over there by Hicks from third base, the throw to first. And Richens gets in a bit of a jam, walks a couple, and has 2 runners on, but with 2 outs, they get the ground out. And that ends the top of the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. 2 runners left on base for the Rawlins Generals. 1-1 is your score on the UNO Physical Therapy scoreboard here on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog, KNYN. And we'll be back with the bottom of the third inning here on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball. Online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the Paul J. Wataha Ballfield Complex here in Rock Springs, Wyoming. A beautiful day here in Rock Springs. On the cooler side of 70 this morning, and we're supposed to get up to about 70 degrees today. You're watching online right now at K-9radio.com. You can also watch at youtube.com/KNYN Radio. And you see our Hot Shot Cam brought to you by Perry Brothers Trucking and Ellingford Brothers Incorporated. I want to thank those 2 big-time sponsors of your Evanston Outlaw Baseball here on the Big Dog. And all of our sponsors for making it possible for us to be here in Rock Springs. I can't imagine doing having a better day or a better thing to be doing right now than being at this baseball game. 1-1 is your score on the UNO Physical Therapy scoreboard. Back to the top of the lineup, and Hunter Daru ducks down. It flies up over his head for ball 1. That's right. Jim Benson, my cameraman, says he's short anyway. He didn't have to duck too far. Here's the 1-0, and Hunter Daru lines this one into right center field. Bloops it in there for a single. Daru is now 2 for 2. He singled to lead off the first. And singles there, and that's the way you want to start right there. Outlaws with a runner on first, nobody out, and Ian Fisher to the plate. He also singled in the first. He came around to score on a single by Will Kishpaw in that first inning. And that's the lone run of the ball game for the Outlaws, who are tied with the Generals 1-1 on the Winter Physical Therapy scoreboard. So Hunter Giroux, 2 for 2 with that single. He's on first. He's going to take a lead. He tried to steal in that first inning, got gunned down at second base. He's going to take a big lead. Ball 1 on the pitch to Ian Fisher, way outside. Randolph back on the mound, on the rubber, waits. Fisher steps back in. And Randolph throws over to first, trying to make a play on Giroux. Ian Fisher last year, one of the team leaders in batting average, hit .409 for the Outlaws last year. He squares around to bunt and pops one down the third baseline. Not far enough for Damon Wagner to get there, and it's also foul. So a ball and a strike after that foul ball. Talking with Coach Kishpa earlier this week, he did mention they may try to play some small ball when they get runners on. And here's a good opportunity with no outs. Of course, your heart of the lineup is coming up. We'll see if Fisher swings away at the next few. He takes that one inside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike. Hunter Giroux led off the bottom of the third here with a single. No outs, 1-1 ball game on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Randolph looking to first. Now Giroux is heading for second. The pitch inside and into the mitt of Thomas Gamblin. As he went to transfer to his right hand, his throwing arm, he drops it, and Giroux slides in safe at second, the stolen base. That's also ball 3 to Ian Fisher, so he's up 3-1 in the count, and a runner in scoring position. Again, Fisher singled in the first. Here's the pitch, the 3-1, swings on it, fouls it back. First base side, but back to the screen. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, a full count now for Ian Fisher with Hunter Giroux on second base. Again, he singled to get on and then stole second just a few moments ago. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Randolph looks back to second. Here's the windup, the pitch to Fisher. Ground ball down the first base side, and that's through the gap between first and second. That's going to score Hunter Giroux. And the play, nope, the throw's going to be way short. Giroux scores. Fisher moves over to second base on the throw on the play at home. And Ian Fisher, the RBI single. And the Evanston Outlaws lead 2-1 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Great RBI single there by Ian Fisher. Took it the other way through the gap. Perfect placement between second and first. And part of that was helped by the fact that second baseman Dean Samora was kind of playing towards second base to help to try and keep Hunter Giroux closer to the bag. That'll bring Austin Housekeeper to the plate. Takes ball 1 down low. And Outlaws with a runner in scoring position, leading 2-1 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard here in Rock Springs. Lucas Randolph looking in. Here's the pitch. Swung on and a dead ball. He fouled it down to his feet. Did Housekeeper. Housekeeper reached on an error by the third baseman in the first. Got around to third base before the end of the inning. No outs here. Bottom of the third inning. 1-1 ball game on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. Randolph steps off the rubber and fakes the throw back to second base, trying to keep Ian Fisher a little closer to the bag. And now Randolph back on the mound, wind up the pitch down low in the dirt. Ball 2 to Will Kishpa, or Austin Housekeeper rather. Kishpa on deck. Housekeeper, a 2-1 count. 2 balls and a strike. Here's the 2-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Went down low for that one. See all those golfers out there just over the fence. That's it's almost what Housekeeper was doing just there. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out. Runner on second for the Outlaws, leading 2-1. Swing and a miss by Housekeeper. Oh, no, he got just a piece of it. And it's called a foul ball, so that he'll stay alive for 1 more pitch at least. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Housekeeper, who swings and misses on this one. The strikeout is the second of the ball game for Lucas Randolph. Housekeeper 0 for 3 against Green River. He's 0 for 1 in this one. That'll bring Will Kishpa to the plate. Kishpa, an RBI single in the first. Looking for another one of those. Swings and misses on the first pitch from Randolph. No balls and a strike. On deck is Miles Piper. Hunter Hicks in the hole for the Outlaws. Randolph looking in. Here's the pitch. Catches Kishpaw chasing one. Kishpaw squared around to bunt. And just tipped it off the end of his bat. Fouled it back to the screen. So no balls, 2 strikes on Kishpaw. Trying to move Ian Fisher over to third. Fisher back to second now. Randolph looks back there. Here's the pitch to Kishpaw. He'll ground it a high chopper towards shortstop, and he's going to beat the throw. Great effort by Kishpaw. Good hustle to get down to first base. That was a slow, high hopper. Got past Randolph, the pitcher. It moves Ian Fisher over to second, and Kishpaw now 2 for 2. Give him the single there. It was a shortstop Eli Fernandez played it well, but it was just such a slow, high chopper that Kishpaw was able to beat the throw. An infield single, and Miles Piper comes to the plate now with runners on the corners and 1 out. Piper struck out his last time up in the first inning. Outlaws leading 2-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, looking to extend that lead. Piper swings and misses. Kishpaw steals second. And we have runners on second and third now. No balls and a strike on Piper. Outlaws with 6 hits in this ballgame. They had just 4 against Green River on Thursday. And lead 2-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's the pitch to Piper up high. Randolph gets him to chase one for strike 2. Piper swings and misses. No balls, 2 strikes. 1 down on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Watching online, you see Will Kishpaw there taking his lead at second base behind Randolph, the pitcher. We've also got Ian Fisher at third base. Fisher, an RBI single earlier this inning to score Hunter DeRue. Here's the pitch to Piper. Good-looking one, and that's strike 3 to Piper. He watches that one go by. Caught that down low in the zone on the outside corner. Piper 0 for 2 now, a couple of strikeouts. Third strikeout of the ball game for Lucas Randolph, and that brings Hunter Hicks to the plate. He heads to the left side of the plate. If you're watching, it's your right side, obviously. Here's the first pitch for Hicks. He'll foul this one off down toward first base. Hicks in that first inning flew out to center field. It was a real nice-looking line drive, but just hit it right at the center fielder, Cody Palmer. Made great contact, but just unfortunately right at the defense. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Hicks, and he'll take that for strike 2 down low on the inside half. No balls, 2 strikes. Good-looking pitch there from Randolph. That's not one that a hitter wants to go after. Randolph looking in. Here's the 0-2. Hicks, swing and a miss, strike 3. And after getting into a bit of a jam and allowing 1 run in this third inning, Lucas Randolph, with runners on second and third, strikes out 2 in a row. Struck out 3 of the last 4 hitters. Gets himself out of that inning with just a little bit of damage. 1 run, 3 hits, and no errors. 2 runners left on once again. Evanston Outlaws lead 2-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Top of the 4th inning coming up when we come back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball on the Big Dog, KNYN, K-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
Guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com.
Evanston Outlaws lead. 2-1 on the UNO Physical Therapy scoreboard. 6 hits in the ball game, just 2 runs. You know they'd like to take advantage a little better of those hits and having runners in scoring position. Both times that they've left runners on base, it's been on second and third. So they've had 4 runners in scoring position who have not come around to score, and then it's especially I don't know if you say it hurtful, but a little bit damaging there in that third inning we just had, because the Outlaws had runners on second and third with just 1 out. A couple of strikeouts to end the inning, though, and that brings us to the top of the 4th. So I believe we'll be at Corey Davis to lead off for the Rawlins Generals. You can go ahead and take. Yeah, you're good. Some lineup help here. We're at Rock Springs, a beautiful day here at the Wataha Ballfield Complex and the Archie Way Post 24 Invitational. Nice sunny day, not too hot. Looking for highs in the 70s. Here's Richens on the mound. The pitch is looped into right field, and it's going to drop right in front of Austin Housekeeper. Base hit there for Corey Davis. The first hit of the ball game for the Rawlins Generals. Richens has struck out 5 in this ball game. And there's the first base hit of the game. Here's Tristan Rothburn up to the plate now for the Rawlins Generals. Swing and a miss. He's a left-handed hitter. He chased one up high there. And I believe the only left-handed hitter we've seen in the Rawlins Generals lineup. He did not bat the last time around. For whatever reason, he just got skipped over. And they didn't realize that until 2 batters later. And now he's hit by the pitch inside. It gets him on the leg. And frankly, he didn't do much to get out of the way of that one. And I think that's the rule. You've got to show some effort to try and get out of the way. Apparently, he did enough for the umpire to give him first base. So hit by the pitch, runners on first and second. And is that still Richens on the mound there, Tim? Yeah. No, it isn't. That's not Richens. Here's the pitch. Popped, trying to square around a bunt. Damon Wagner pops it up high. DeRue turns around, dives, can't quite get to it. On the mound, I should have mentioned, is, number 13 for the Outlaws is Hunter, or is it Hunter? Herford. Austin Herford. Herford winds up. Here's the pitch, and bunt down that third base line. Herford had the play at third, but throws to first. And we got 1 down with runners on second and third. I think they just made a straight switch, Austin Herford for Alex Richens. And Herford in a bit of a jam here with runners on second and third. And just 1 out. First pitch to Nate Williams is fouled back out of play. So the runners out with that bunt advance to second and third. Evanston Outlaws lead 2-1 on the UNO Physical Therapy scoreboard. But the Generals with a great opportunity here to try and score some runs. Pitch is up high from Herford to Williams. Williams struck out in the second inning, his only other at bat in this ball game. 1 ball, 1 strike. Herford winds up. Here's the pitch, and again fouled back up over first base by Williams. So a ball and 2 strikes. And you'd love to get a strikeout here if you're Herford, because with runners on second and third, you don't want anything in play. Infield is in for the Outlaws. Here's the pitch, and Williams lines this one down the first base line. It's foul by about 5 feet. Boy, that would have scored 2 runs, no problem. Might have been at least a double. Would have been at least a double for Williams, but instead it's a foul ball, and we have a ball and 2 strikes. What's that? Large. They're going to give us a shirt, Tim.
All right, right on.
Yeah. So a ball, 2 strikes for Williams. Here's Hereford, the windup. Runners on second and third. That one high. Ball 2. Hereford back up onto the mound. We saw Hereford pitch a little bit against Green River and did a pretty nice job. I think he came on in the 6th inning, allowed 1 run. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout. Big one there by Hereford. That's exactly what you want, because then the runners have no chance to advance. It gets your second out. Now the infield can back off, play where they usually do with 2 outs. You just got to get that lead runner on a ground ball if that's what you have. It'll bring Cody Palmer to the plate. Palmer's 0 for 2, a strikeout, a ground out to short in the 3rd. That strikeout was in the 1st. Hereford looking in, now winds up. Palmer takes it for strike 1, high in the strike zone and on that outside half of the plate. Runners on second and third. A single and a batter hit by a pitch. Have the 2 runners on base. Swing and a miss. Nice looking pitch there by Hereford. He paints that outside edge. How fast was that? 68 miles an hour. They got a little radar gun set up here to tell us how fast these pitches are. So 2 strikes, no balls, 2 strikes on Cody Palmer. Hereford winds up. Here's the 0-2, trying to get him to chase one high. That one's way too high and not going to happen. So Palmer just lets that one go. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on here for the Generals. Evanston Outlaws leading 2-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hereford looking in, winds up. The pitch, swung on, line down the right, down the third base sideline. That one's a bit foul, actually quite a bit foul. He was way out in front of that one and fouled off. So a ball, 2 strikes remains the count here from Rock Springs. Top of the 4th inning, Outlaws leading 2-1 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hereford winds up. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swung on, fouled back again. Cody Palmer battling in there, keeping himself alive, waiting for a pitch that he can hit. A ball, 2 strikes. And this at bat, he's got, 2 or 3 foul balls. So we're at about 6, maybe 7 pitches. Here's the pitch from Hereford, line down the third base line. It skips past Hunter Hicks. That's going to score 1, and coming in from left field, Tucker Leland got there quick. It's an RBI single for Cody Palmer, who gets his first hit of the game. You call that a hit? You give him a hit for that, right? Sometimes I just have to, get a second opinion. So that scores Corey Davis. Tristan Rothburn over to third. Runners on the corners now with Cody Palmer at first and Eli Fernandez to the plate. Throw over to first, and Kishpaw just about able to tag. Boy, a quick move by Hereford. Almost picked off Palmer there at first. You don't see a lot of throws to first with runners on the corners. Palmer a little bit shorter lead this time. Fernandez awaits. Hereford winds up. Palmer headed for second. Swing and a miss, and then Palmer steals second base. Daru popped up like he was going to throw, but then just held on to it. So runners on second and third now with 2 outs. Top of the 4th inning, tied up at 2. Here on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This one misses just outside for ball 1 to Eli Fernandez. Fernandez walked in the first, struck out in the third, so he's 0 for 1 in this ball game. Runners at second and third now with 2 outs. We're tied at 2. Here's the pitch to Fernandez outside, 72 miles an hour. Misses for ball 2 from Hereford. Richmond's a good game. 5 strikeouts, or 4 strikeouts through 3 innings of work before he was pulled out. Here's the pitch from Hereford, just a bit high to Fernandez. Makes it 3 balls and a strike. Fernandez steps back in. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Just misses, and Fernandez will take his base. So Hereford with the bases loaded. 2 outs, though. We just got to get 1 more. But we're at the heart of the lineup. Lucas Randolph coming to the plate. He's your number 3 hitter. Struck out in the first, walked in the third. And he comes to the plate with 2 outs, bases loaded. Score is tied at 2 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. And here's Hereford. The pitch swung on, high fly ball into deep center field. Robbie Nowicki going back. It's over his head and to the fence. 1 run will score. Another comes around to score. All the way around to third goes Lucas Randolph with a 3-run triple. And the Generals lead 5-2. Boy, Lucas Randolph got a hold of that one. A 3-run triple. Scores Tristan Rothburn from third. Cody Palmer from second, and Eli Fernandez from first. A 2-out triple with the bases loaded. And the Generals have suddenly broken this game open. Boy, 3 hits in the top of this 4th inning, and now the Outlaws will take a timeout and talk things over for a minute here. Coach Hoover out of the dugout. And, you know, these early season games, you may be thinking, if you're watching at home, why not leave Richens in there? But a part of the reason to have these early season games that are non-conference games is just to see what you have. Richens was pitching a nice game, had 5 strikeouts, and Hereford's still in good shape. Outlaws have been getting some hits, and if they can get a few more runs to come around, they'll be all right. Runner on third with 2 outs. Here's the pitch, and Thomas Gamblin fouls this one back. 4 runs here in the 4th inning for the Generals, and they lead 5-2 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Hereford, here's the 0-1 pitch to Gamblin, and a nice-looking breaking ball there. Drops in for strike 2. Randolph settles down a little bit with those 2 pitches, and we'll see what he does here on an 0-2 count to Thomas Gamblin. Gamblin struck out in the first, walked in the third. 0 for 1 today. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on line, driving to left field, and hit right to Tucker Leland. Boy, fortunate there for the Evanston Outlaws, because that was hit right at Leland, but it was on a rope. Thomas Gamblin flies out to left field, and that ends the top of the 4th here. A lot of damage done. 4 runs on 3 hits, a single by Corey Davis, single by Cody Palmer, and a triple by Lucas Randolph. I had no errors and 1 runner left on base. 5-2. The Generals have the lead on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and we'll be back with more right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. T-Bar S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. Let T-Bar fix your car. Old West Stories and Productions. For all of your website and graphic design needs, call the marketing experts at this radio station, 789-8116. And by Old West Design, helping sports teams and businesses dress for success. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com.
Welcome back to Rock Springs, where the Outlaws had a tough 3rd or 4th inning there, top of the 4th inning. The Rawlins Generals bats just came alive. Corey Davis a single, then Tristan Rothburn hit by a pitch. Damon Wagner bunts the 2 of them over to 2nd and 3rd. Nate Williams strikes out, and then with 2 outs, Cody Palmer, an RBI single. Eli Fernandez walks to load the bases, and a 3-run triple by Lucas Randolph, the pitcher for the Generals, makes it 5-2 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard Rawlins Generals with the big lead, and the Evanston Outlaws at the bottom of the lineup coming up here. Robbie Nowicki, Alex Richens. I assume that's actually going to be number 13, Austin Herford, in there for Richens. And, yeah, that's Herford over there in the batter's on-deck circle. Here's the first pitch from Randolph to Nowicki. Ball one inside, up high. Now Nowicki swings it one way outside. Herford Randolph got him to chase that one. Nowicki saw just one pitch on his first at-bat in the second inning, popped it up straight up, and the catcher made the play. Now he lobs, just bloops this one right down the middle. It dies right in front of second base, and Nowicki's going to run in safe at first with a single. Boy, he just got enough on that to get it over the pitcher, and it dropped right in front of Eli Fernandez, who was coming over toward the bag, and an infield single by Robbie Nowicki. Finally holding the defense there, brings Austin Herford to the plate. Herford's first at bat in this ball game. He'll ground ball to second base. Fernandez bobbles it. Throw to first is off target, and it's an error. So in safe at second and headed for third goes Robbie Nowicki. He's there easily as that ball skipped out in front of the plate for Tristan Rothburn, got by him and over to the fence. So on the error, Austin Herford reaches first, and Robbie Nowicki over to third. Runners on the corners with no outs. Outlaws need a bit of a rally here with Tucker Leland coming to the plate. John McNeese calls a timeout to have a chat with his team. Outlaws trail 5-2. They led 2-1 before that top of the fourth inning, and it's interesting because at Green River on Thursday, it was the fourth inning that really did the Outlaws in. They gave up 4 runs to the Knights in that fourth inning. That put the Knights ahead 4-2, I believe. Or no, that tied it up at 4 at that point. And then in the fifth, 4 more runs by the Knights gave them the lead and the win, the eventual win in that ball game. And again, a rough fourth inning for the Outlaws. They trail 5-2 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. But here in the bottom of the fourth, runners on the corners with no outs. The throw over to first, diving back in safe, is Austin Herford. At the plate, Tucker Leland for the Outlaws. Leland awaits. Here's the pitch. Pops it up high. Herford was headed for second. He's going to have to head back. That foul ball is up and out of play. So it'll be no balls, 1 strike on Leland. Beautiful day here at Rock Springs. The wind is picking up a little bit, but still most people in T-shirts and shorts. Most of the fans here watching this ball game. 5-2, the Generals lead on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Runners on the corners for the Outlaws with no outs, looking for a rally here. Leland, the pitch, swings and fouls this one back again. And again, Herford was to second base before, or just about to second base before he realizes it's a foul ball, and he'll have to make the short trip back to first once again. No balls, 2 strikes on Leland. Tucker Leland last year for the Outlaws hit .276 and 14 RBIs. Again, he led the team with 11 doubles last season. Also had 18 singles. And here's the 0-2 pitch to Leland, swing and a miss. Nope. Yeah, I thought he might have got a piece of it, but no. And Leland 0 for 2 in the ball game, strikes out, so 1 down, and we're back to the top of the lineup for the Outlaws. Hunter DeRue steps to the plate. He's 2 for 2, a couple of singles in this one, also scored in the third. Was caught stealing in the first. Good lead at first for Herford. He's going to go to second. DeRue just takes the pitch. They wanted to get Herford over to second this time without any question. So Austin Herford on second, Robbie Nowicki on third. Nowicki reached on a single, Herford on an error. Runners on second and third with one out. Here's DeRue. The pitch way up high. He ducks down and almost takes it to the head there. It's up behind him, though, and it's ball one. So a ball and a strike on DeRue. Outlaws trail 5-2 here on the Winter Physical Therapy scoreboard. Randolph winds up the pitch. DeRue thought about going after it, but held back. Good decision there as the pitch was way up high. The throw to Randolph from Gamblin, the catcher, down low and gets away from Randolph, but not far enough that the Outlaws can take advantage of anything. Runners stay on the bags. And 3 balls, no strikes for DeRue on the scoreboard is what we've got. He'll step back in, await the pitch, and that catches the outside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike now. Oh, 2-2. That's what I thought it was. I thought there was a strike before that last pitch. So 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hunter DeRue. Here's the 2-2 swing and a foul back to the screen. 71 miles per hour on that pitch by Lucas Randolph. 1 down. Outlaws with runners on second and third looking for a base hit here from Hunter DeRue would score 1 or 2 runs. Outlaws trail by 3, 5-2 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, so good position here to get some runs. DeRue takes this one inside and up high for ball 3, and it's a full count. This is the opportunity you need to get back into this one if you're the Evanston Outlaws, trailing by 3. Runners on second and third with just 1 out. Full count to Hunter DeRue. Here's the pitch from Randolph down low and outside, ball 4. And Hunter DeRue, who has singled twice in this ball game, walks to load the bases. He's 2 for 2 in the game, and now that brings up Ian Fisher, who's also 2 for 2. He has a couple of singles in this ball game, including an RBI single back in the 3rd inning that scored DeRue. Fisher has also scored once. He's going to ground this one to second base. Samora bobbles it, throw over to second base, and they get DeRue. No, they did not. Eli Fernandez, as he made the catch on the toss from Dean Samora, pulled his foot off the bag. DeRue is safe at second. Ian Fisher safe at first. Robbie Nowicki scored, and Tucker Leland is safe in at third. Or no, not Tucker Leland, Austin Herford. So an error there. We'll give that to Dean Samora. He bobbled that initially. It was maybe a double play opportunity if he'd handled it cleanly, but he did not, and the Outlaws score a run and now have the bases loaded with 1 out and the heart of the lineup coming up. Austin Housekeeper, number 3 hitter, and on deck Will Kishpa, the cleanup. Housekeeper, though, 0 for 2, 0 for 1 in this ball game. His first one inside, and did it hit him? No, but it gets away from Gamblin, and from third base, Herford, he made it about halfway home before he realized he wasn't going to get there in time and just hustles back down to third. Coach Hoover now having a chat with him. I wonder what the words are right now down there at third base. Herford back in safe, though. It was ball 1 for Housekeeper. Again, he's 0 for 1 in this one, a strikeout in the 3rd, reached on an error in the 1st. Swings on this one, ground ball to third. They're going to make the play at home. Herford is out. Good play. No! Safe! Again, the foot comes off the base. Thomas Gamblin, the throw from third base, and Damon Wagner was down low and out toward the pitching mound. And, boy, the Outlaws taking advantage of some errors here. Have made it a 1-run game, or a 2-run game, 5-3, and still have the bases loaded with just 1 out. It is 4, yeah, it's a 1-run game. So Herford scores. Will Kitchpaw to the plate now. Swing and a miss by Kitchpaw. Hunter DeRue on third. Ian Fisher on second. Austin Housekeeper on first. Infield playing in at the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the pitch to Kishpaw, swing and a miss. And he's got 2 strikes on him. No balls, 2 strikes. 5-4, Outlaws trail on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Generals got a 3-run triple in the top of this inning to break the game open. And now Kishpaw lines one down the third baseline. A great hit. That's going to score Giroux, and that's also going to score Fisher from second base, and the Outlaws are back on top. A 2-run single by Will Kishpaw. He's now got 3 RBIs in the game. And the Outlaws back on top, 6-5 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Nice piece of hitting right there for Will Kishpaw. He is 3 for 3 in this ball game with 3 RBIs, 3 singles in the game. That scored Hunter Giroux from third. Ian Fisher came around to score from second. Austin Housekeeper is over on second base, and Will Kishpaw stays at first. So the Outlaws, with those 2 runs, again, as I mentioned, take the lead here in the 4th. Timeout on the field there for the Rawlins Generals. We'll take a quick one as well. We'll be back right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
Guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Well, the Outlaws have done just what they needed to here in this 4th inning, an answer to the Rawlins Generals top of the 4th inning. Here in the bottom of the 4th, the Outlaws with 4 runs so far, and they're doing it with some base hits. Robbie Nowicki, a single to lead off the 4th. And then Tucker Leland struck out, and that's the 1 out that we have. But we've also had some errors, and the Outlaws have taken advantage of those 2 errors. And now, with that, it looks like the Rawlins Generals are going to change their pitching. The Generals will bring in number 10. Is that what I'm seeing? Let's see if we can figure out who that is. Oh, that's Cody Palmer coming in from center field. And did they just switch places, Tim? Did you see? Did Randolph just head out to... It looks like Randolph moved over to short. And we'll have to see if Fernandez moved out to center field. Once those outfielders stand up, I'll have a better idea if Fernandez is out there, because you can see his height difference. And he's the one, I believe, the one sitting down out there. Yeah, that's Fernandez. So there's just a little triangle there. Cody Palmer comes to the mound. Lucas Randolph goes over to short, and Eli Fernandez heads out to center field. And so the Outlaws, with the lead 6-5 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard, to the plate for Evanston, Miles Piper with 1 out, runners on first and second. Piper showing bunt. Whoa, he just swings around or puts his bat up to protect himself, and that's not Piper, is it? At the plate now for the Outlaws is Brennan McDonald, number 5. I know Alex Housekeeper. Is that? Well, we got different numbers. That is Brendan McDonald. McDonald again reaches out looking for the bunt and fouls that one. So no balls, 2 strikes on McDonald. And again on the mound, Cody Palmer for the Generals. Here's the 0-2 pitch, swung on high, pop-up on the infield. It's going to be in foul territory, and Tristan Rothburn will go over and make the catch right near first base. So 2 outs. And runners on first and second for the Outlaws. And that's still Hunter Hicks right there. Is that right, Tim? Tim, my cameraman, helping me out some here for sure. Hicks in the ball game. A strikeout and a pop out to the catcher, or to center field rather. A real nicely hit ball, but right at the center fielder. And he takes ball one from Palmer. Here's the pitch. Palmer got it. Strike one there in the lower end of the strike zone to Hunter Hicks. Outlaws lead 6-5 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard, and Hicks takes ball two outside from Palmer. Palmer looking in. Runners on first and second for the Outlaws. Hicks hits this one deep into center field. Fernandez going back, settles a little bit. No, it's going to go right over the hands. The outstretched glove of Fernandez. That's going to score 2 runs for the Outlaws. Hicks in safe at second. A 2-run double for Hunter Hicks. Boy, he hit that one well. We saw him hit one real well in the first inning. This time it goes a bit further over the center fielder's head. Austin Housekeeper scores from second. Will Kishpaw scores from first. And Hunter Hicks, the 2-run double. And now up to the plate is Robbie Nowicki, who led off the inning with a single and came around to score. He swings and fouls one back. And the Outlaws, with 6 runs in this inning, make it 8-5 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's Nowicki, grounder to short. And Randolph comes over, makes the throw off balance and misses. Now, nice dig by Tristan Rothburn, but to get that dig, he had to bring his foot off the bag, and Nowicki safe on first. The error by the shortstop, the 3rd error of this inning for the Rawlins Generals. That moves Hunter Hicks over to third. Hicks just moments ago, a 2-run double to score a couple more runs for the Outlaws. Robbie Nowicki on first now, and Austin Herford back at the plate for the Outlaws. Herford reached on an error earlier this inning. Heading for second base. They're going to try to make the play over there at second, and they get him. Boy, Robbie Nowicki trying to steal second. He's gunned down, and that ends the inning. But the Outlaws do their damage. Wow, 6 runs in the inning on 3 hits, I believe. I'm going to have to see. We had a single by Robbie Nowicki to start the inning. Then we had a 2-run double, or 2-run single by Will Kishpaw and a 2-run double by Hunter Hicks. So 3 hits, 3 errors also by the Rawlins Generals. Outlaws leave 1 runner on base and lead 8-5, heading for the top of the 5th inning here on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. You're watching a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
I'm a 75-year-old woman who had a low back surgery. After surgery, I had a lot of pain in my left leg. My doctor ordered physical therapy, and I chose Mark Brinkerhoff. He gave me exercises that I could tolerate, and now I have no pain, and I can walk as I always did. Mark seems to be very knowledgeable and experienced. I am very happy with my results.
Let's do it. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at K-9radio.com. You into physical therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money. Live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball. Online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com.
Evanston Outlaws, a big 4th inning there. 6 runs on 3 hits, including 2-run single by Will Kishpaw and a 2-run double by Hunter Hicks. Hicks really got a hold of it to straightaway center field. It flies over the head of center fielder Eli Fernandez. What a hit by Hunter Hicks. That's your hit of the ball game so far, in my opinion, for the Outlaws. That 2-run double by Hunter Hicks put the Outlaws on top, or extended that lead by 2 more runs, makes it 8-5 on the UNA Physical Therapy scoreboard. Austin Herford back on the mound for the Outlaws here in the top of the 5th inning. Leading off is Dean Samora, second baseman, swing and a miss on the first one. Maybe tipped that one. It'll count for strike 1. So no balls and one strike on Hereford, or Zamora rather. And Dean Zamora in this ball game as he takes strike one. Nice looking pitch there from Hereford, or strike two. No balls, two strikes. Zamora walked in the second, scored, and grounded out to third in the third inning. No balls, two strikes. Here's to see if Hereford can get him to chase one. Goes down low on the inside of the zone. Nice play at third base by the Outlaws' Hunter Hicks. He makes the throw over to first. One down. Boy, quick jump on that play by Hicks. That ground ball down the third base line, sharply hit. But Hicks makes a nice play, and Zamora's gunned down at first. One out. See that good defensive support by the Evanston Outlaw defense. And now the first pitch for Corey Davis, strike one. Davis picked up the first hit of the ball game for the Rawlins Generals in the fourth inning. He led off that fourth inning with that single, came around to score. Now swings and misses, strike two. Hereford is really seeming to settle in there. He's been up, he's thrown 5 straight strikes to start this inning. He got Zamora on 3 straight pitches. Zamora grounded out to third. Now here's Corey Davis down 0-2. The pitch from Hereford, great looking breaking ball. Catches him looking. Corey Davis, well, you didn't know what hit him there. And Hereford, his second strikeout of the ball game. Boy, that one had some good movement on it. If you're Davis, that one's coming right at you. It drops over the plate in the strike zone for strike 3. And that's the Hereford we want to see this season. Tristan Rothburn up to the plate now, the first baseman, hits left. Looking for the pitch, outside corner. Just missed from Hereford. That's his first ball pitched this inning, this top of the 5th. Rothburn steps back in and takes ball 2 down inside and low from Hereford. And you see this fairly frequently at this level of baseball, where a left-handed hitter steps in, and the pitchers are just so unaccustomed to seeing left-handed hitters, it throws them off for a couple of pitches. Hereford finds the strike zone there on the 2-0 pitch, strike one on the outside corner, so it's 2 balls and a strike. Hereford looking in, 2 down, top of the 5th. Swing and a miss. Good looking pitch there from Hereford on the inside half, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Outlaws leading 8-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Hereford looking in. Here's the 2-2 to Rothburn. Swung on, fouled back to the screen. Count remains 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And again, Outlaws leading by 3. They had a big 4th inning. They allowed 4 runs to the Generals in that 4th, but then they scored 6 of their own to regain the lead. They were down 6-1 at that point, or 6-2, but with those 6 runs. Here's the grounder right back to Hereford. He'll scoop it up, jog over toward first, lob it over there, and the Generals go down 1-2-3. A ground out to third, a strikeout, and a ground out back to the pitcher. That's the inning we wanted right there from Alex Hereford. Takes us to the end of the top of the 5th inning. We're headed for the bottom of the 5th. Right after this, in that inning, the Rawlins Generals, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. It's 8-5, the Outlaws with the lead on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
Let's do it. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at K-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money. Live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog, at K-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back. Evanston Outlaws lead 8-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard, and leading off is Austin Hereford. Pops one up high in shallow right field, and coming up to make the play, Corey Davis out there. And Hereford now 0 for 1. He reached on an error in the fourth, but pops out there to lead off this fifth inning. And that'll bring us to Tucker Leland, number 9 hitter for the Evanston Outlaws. Wind picking up a little bit here in Rock Springs, coming in from the west. Here's Tucker Leland, line to drive. Oh boy, sharp grounder down that third base line, just foul. Just barely out in front of that one. And he'd have had a easy, for sure, single. Maybe could have stretched it to a double. That was a well-hit ball, just foul. So strike one there against Leland. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Outside, misses from Cody Palmer. Palmer took over in that last inning. Here's Leland, swings on this one and fouls it back, up over the backstop. So a ball and 2 strikes against Leland. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Leland chases one down low for strike 3. Boy, Palmer got him to chase that one, and we have 2 outs. Tucker Leland, second strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Hunter DeRue, Outlaws catcher. He is 2 for 2 today. Couple of singles. He also walked once, and he has scored twice. First pitch to DeRue, inside corner, just off the corner for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 up high to DeRue. That's up at eye level. For ball 2, or ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to DeRue. DeRue swings at this one and misses. Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Outlaws leading 8-5, a 6-run fourth inning. They had 1 run in the first, 1 in the third, and then 6 in that fourth. Now DeRue, a slow blooper back up the middle, misplayed by Lucas Randolph. And the error on the shortstop gets Hunter DeRue on first with 2 outs. So DeRue is 2 for 2 in the ball game, but he's gotten on base every time he's been up. So on base percentage today is 1,000, 4 for 4. Puts Ian Fisher on the plate, or at the plate, and he's 2 for 2, a couple of singles, an RBI single in the third. He's also scored twice. Fisher with DeRue taking a big lead, almost headed for second, but heads back. That pitch was down low and way inside on Fisher. Kind of hopped back to get out of the way. It's ball 1. A ball, no strikes. 2 outs here for the Outlaws against Cody Palmer. He throws over to first and trying to get DeRue back closer to the bag. It goes clear over to the fence, and DeRue over to second base on that throwing error. So a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. And Fisher awaits the pitch. Misses outside. Ball. No, caught that corner. Caught that outside. Just painted that edge, and it's a strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike on Fisher with 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th inning. Fisher steps back in and waits. Here's the pitch inside. Good looking fastball just off target there from Palmer. 2 balls and a strike now. Again, Outlaws leading 8-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's the pitch, and Fisher fouls this one back. 2-2 count now. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fisher 2 for 2 in this one, a couple of singles. And again, he scored twice, reached on an error in the fourth, part of that 6-run fourth inning for the Evanston Outlaws that put them ahead 8-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Quick move back toward second base, and DeRue back in safe. The throw way off target. May have even gotten a piece of DeRue and skipped off his shoulder into the center field. Not too far, and Fernandez is there on the backup, so DeRue will just stay at second. Stays put. And here's the 2-2 pitch. Fisher protecting. That one on the outside half, and he just reaches out there, tips it back to the screen. Good decision there by Fisher. That's a pitch that you don't want to try and hit as a hitter, but you've got to do something with it because it's likely a strike. Fisher chokes up, swings on this one, ground ball back up the middle. Samora gets there, but he knocks it down. Fisher's going to reach first on the single and RBI as DeRue comes around from second to score. And the Outlaws make it 9-6. RBI single, second of the game for Ian Fisher. And the Outlaws lead 9-6 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. That brings Austin Housekeeper to the plate. Oh, 9-5. Yeah, thanks, Tim. Housekeeper fouls this one back. 0 for 1 in this one. He's reached base twice on errors by the third baseman. Struck out in the third. He also scored in the fourth. Fisher heading for second base. The pitch goes right through the legs of Thomas Gamlin back to the backstop. Housekeeper swung and missed. So he's down 0-2 in the count. And Fisher, on the pass ball, is over to second base easily with no play. Here's the pitch from Palmer inside, just about gets Housekeeper. He has to skip backwards and get out of the way there. First ball of this at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a high chopping ground ball. Gets through the third baseman, Damon Wagner. Fisher in safe over a third. I'll tell you, the Rawlins Generals being plagued by errors. 3 errors in the fourth really helped the Outlaws keep that rally going. And now Austin Housekeeper reaches again. All 3 times he's reached base has been on an error by the third baseman. He's picking on Wagner over there in the hot corner. Brings Will Kishpaw to the plate. He'll take the first pitch outside for ball 1. Runners on the corners with 2 outs. Outlaws leading 9-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Kishpaw swings at this one. It gets past Gamblin, and Fisher's going to score on the pass ball. Austin Housekeeper over to second. Kishpaw swung on that and missed. It was counts for strike 1, so ball and a strike on Kishpaw. Now the Outlaw lead is 10-5. Couple pass balls, advance runners. And the Outlaws have opened this one wide open. Here's Kishpaw swinging a miss, strike 2. So a ball and 2 strikes. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Outlaws leading 10-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Palmer. Kishpaw grounds this one now toward third. Wagner this time scoops it up, throw to first in time, and the play is made. So the ground out for Will Kishpaw. He was 3 for 3 in the ball game, 3 singles, including 2 RBIs, or 3 RBIs, but grounds out there. But some damage done by the Outlaws. 2 runs on 1 hit, a couple of errors. 1 runner left on base. And at the end of 5, the Outlaws lead 10-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. So that brings us to the end of the 5th inning. We had, as I mentioned, 2 runs, 1 hit, 2 errors, 1 runner left on base. And the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard shows the Outlaws leading 10-5. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the 6th inning. You're watching a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws baseball here on the Big Dog, KNYN, K-9radio.com.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage, chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
Guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Lineup changes for the Evanston Outlaws. It'll be on the mound, Hunter Hicks, pitching to Devin Hicks behind the plate. And what else have we got? We'll see if there are any other changes that we can track down. Third base. Oh, okay. So, yeah, Tucker Leland's still at third. Or no, Hunter Hicks was at third. So Tucker came out of left field, and Austin Herford is now in left field. I need to talk to Coach Kishpak because this makes it a challenge for me. I know that's not the important part of this baseball game, is it? That'll work. We'll get it figured out if you'll bear with me here. So Austin Herford now in left field. Tucker Leland at third. Ian Fisher still at short. And here's a a ground ball toward third. Fisher comes over, and boy, it was a slow ground ball, and Fisher, the throw just off target. Leland was trying to come over from third and almost got to it, but it was just out of reach. So on base, Damon Wagner. And he's on first with no outs. Again, as I mentioned, on the mound is Hunter Hicks. Devin Hicks now behind the plate. I gotta wonder where Hunter DeRue is. First pitch for Nate Williams off target. Ball one. He squares around, showing bunt, gets one down the first base line. It's foul, then goes fair. Nice play by Hunter Hicks. He reaches over, tags the runner, throws to second, and they get the runner. Damon Wagner kind of lackadaisical about getting to second base, and a double play. Wow, what an effort by Hunter Hicks. Oh, hey. Damon Wagner might get chewed out right now because he was not doing everything he could to get down to second base. And wait, what are they doing? They're bringing Williams back out and saying he's safe on first, or putting him on first. I'm not sure about this. We'll have to see how this all comes out. The umpires are going to talk. It's just a double check to make sure that he was out. And the official, the field judge says, yeah, he's gone. So the double play there. It's makes it we have two outs now, and now an inside pitch on Cody Palmer. Gets him in the backside, and Palmer will take his base. So two outs and a runner on first now. Outlaws leading 10-5 on the UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard. And Cody Palmer on first base. Eli Fernandez to the plate now. He's 0 for 1. He's walked twice actually. Struck out in the third. He scored also one time in the fourth. Here's the pitch, and going for second base. on the steal. Cody Palmer slides in safe. The throw was out toward first by Devin Hicks, and Ian Fisher couldn't quite get to it. It goes into center field, but good backup back there by Robbie Nowicki. So Fernandez, no balls and one strike after that last pitch. Here's the 0-1 count, or the 0-1 pitch. This one outside corner misses just off the plate. Ball one. Bottom of the sixth inning here, or top of the sixth inning rather. Outlaws leading 10-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Here's the pitch from Hunter Hicks inside. Gets Fernandez swinging at that one. I don't know if Fernandez is crowding the plate that much, but it looked way inside on him as he swung and missed. A ball, 2 strikes. Hicks glances back at second. The pitch off the outside corner. The throw down to third, and not in time. Cody Palmer over to third base with 2 outs, 2-2 count. Fernandez looking for a base hit here to score a run. Palmer taking a good lead there at third base, and Hicks just real more concerned about Fernandez at the plate. Beautiful curveball, but no, just a bit high. Broke almost right around the plate inside. Fernandez actually ducked down like he was worried about getting hit by it. Here's the full count. 3-2 pitch down low for strike 3 in the zone. Fernandez wanted his 3rd walk of the game. Instead, he strikes out for the 2nd time today. And the Outlaws get out of that inning without allowing a run. Top of the 6th here, no runs, no hits, or 1 hit rather. There was that 1 base hit by Wagner. No errors, 1 runner left on base. And the Outlaws lead 10-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard. Back with the bottom of the 6th inning. Right after this on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws. Oh, they called it right there. Wow, we'll keep it right here for just a moment then. Is it for time? Is that why they called it? Okay. They got another game coming up in this tournament, so they've called this one. Evanston Outlaws are going to win. 10-5. Boy, a big 4th inning for the Outlaws. 6 runs in that 4th inning. Make sure to stay tuned. We'll have Coach Judd Kishbaugh come up and talk with us right after this. We'll have our post-game show, including that chat with Coach Kishbaugh. So stay tuned to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball. Outlaws win 10-5 on the Uinta Physical Therapy scoreboard on a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
Let's do it. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at K-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money. Live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball. Online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic. Traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at K-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Mom's onboard electronic stability control system was giving us some woes. I don't even know what that means. But he does.
You guys are all fixed and ready to go.
Expert care for your car, so you can trust in more than just your tires.
We've got the selection you need and the friendly service you deserve. Come see us today. Big O Tires, Evanston, Wyoming.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Big O Tires, the team you trust. Castle Rock Chevrolet, your hometown dealer. Hoover Chiropractic. Don't just mask the symptoms, cure your allergies with Dr. Hoover. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog at k-9radio.com.
Well, welcome back to Rock Springs and the Archie Hay Post 24 Invitational. This is Ryan Steinekert here, where the Evanston Outlaws have just defeated the the Rawlins Generals, and we've had the tournament. Actually, they're running up against a timeline here, and they had to end that game a little bit early. The Evanston Outlaws in control of it, leading 10-5 as we finished that top of the 6th inning, and they just called it right then. The Outlaws get the win, 10-5 in this ball game. Coach Judd Kishbaugh making his way up here to chat with us here in a moment, and we'll figure out some final stats with him as well. But the Outlaws, a good solid win over the Generals. A tough 4th inning for the Outlaws. They gave up 4 runs, but still managed to come up with the victory. Big 4th inning for the Outlaws in that bottom of the 4th with 6 runs in that inning. They finished with, I've got them with 10 hits in the ball game. And Hunter Giroux scored 3 times. Ian Fisher scored 3 times. We had some great hitting, some good, and especially with runners in scoring position, something we didn't see against Green River on Thursday. So a good performance here by the Evanston Outlaws. Hey, Coach. Judd. Well, he's figuring out some stats as well, some final information to have this chat with us. And, Coach, I appreciate you coming up to have a chat with us. Did it seem like you guys, the bats really came alive today compared with Thursday's game?
Yeah, they did. There was a couple holes in our lineup, so we made some changes, and after that, it seemed like we got on the ball, pushed the ball around. We're getting down a lot, 0-2 with some of the kids. They've got, after that, they're instructed to basically choke them, what we call choking and poking. And that just gets their confidence to where all they have to do, instead of try to swing for the fence, is put the ball in play and get contact. So that happened a lot today. And then, of course, we had a couple nice hits. Hunter Hicks had a great shot.
That double.
Yeah, and Ian he ended up having a great shot, too. And then we had, Tucker Leland just missed having that beauty down third base line, and Willie got one down third base and got some runs scored. So.
Hunter Hicks, I think, was seeing the ball well. In that first inning, he hit that ball real well into center field, just right at the center fielder.
Yeah, he sure did. That kid has probably got the most natural swing out of all of our players, and we've been talking about that. He's got a beautiful left-handed swing. Typically, he'll just put it into play where we need to. Our other kids, everybody's coming through.
Yeah, you look up and down the lineup, and just about everybody got a hit, and you got a lot of good production from the top of the lineup. You got some production from the bottom.
We did. It went all the way through. We went Hunter, Ian, Austin, Will. I know I've only got down 4 guys. They ended up going 2 for 4. Mm-hmm. They all had a run scored. They've got ribbies. I didn't even count up ribbies yet.
Right.
Let's see. I know Robbie Nowicki, he ended up getting a few reached on errors, and then, of course, Hunter, he had that real nice double. So all the kids are starting to pull it together.
And you mentioned Nowicki reaching on errors. even sometimes you don't get the base hits that you want. You don't maybe place the ball, but when you put the ball in play, that forces the other team to make a play, and sometimes they don't.
Right, and that sometimes it confuses them, makes them a little nervous, and they make mistakes. And hey, we'll take that any day.
That's right. So overall, then, how did you feel about what you saw today? Obviously, happy with the win. How do you feel about how the team played?
A lot's better. I mean, we went from 4 hits the other night to, you know, I haven't taken off my errors, but it looks like we've got about 12 to 15 hits. So, I mean, 3-4 times as many hits is good for us. So, yeah, we were a little slow, you know, to get going. We left a lot of runners on base.
Right.
We can't do that. That's why we made a few changes and whatnot. We got some kids; they've got to work on their bats. So,
how about how do you feel about what you saw on the mound? Alex Richens came out strong. We saw some good innings from Austin Herford, and then.
Yeah, exactly. Richens is just that kid can put the ball across. He's got a great break, and they're both younger kids. And then Austin Herford, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that kid's got so much control of his breaking ball. It's crazy. He's pushing upper 70s. Both of them are. We took a look at this gun down here, and they're pushing 70s. You know, hopefully we can get them another 5 miles an hour by, you know, crunch time.
The thing I noticed with both of those guys is that there are times when they maybe have a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone. When they find it, they're so effective.
Oh, definitely, and it's all confidence. You know, it depends on what kind of strike zone Blue's giving you behind the plate. You know, whether or not they're going to be able to hit those spots. You know, Rawlins has got a kid over there. That's number 3, Eli.
Yeah.
That kid, he's got a little teeny zone, and he forces that zone. And I'll tell you, last year he led the whole state, AA, single A, with 83 balls on base.
It doesn't surprise me.
Or base on balls.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, Coach, good win today. Congratulations on the win. Best of luck throughout the weekend.
Hey, thank you. We got 2 more tomorrow. I think, you know, if we pick it up, elevate ourselves, we should come out on top tomorrow.
Great. All right.
Okay.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Good win today. All right, that's Coach Jed Kishpaw here on the Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw Baseball on the Big Dog, K-9radio.com.
And now, Kay Rossiter talks about her physical therapy experience working with Mark Brinkerhoff at Uinta Physical Therapy.
I had both of my knees replaced at the same time a little bit over a year ago, and Mark was my therapist, and he put me through some really strange things, but it must have worked because I was back at work in less than 3 weeks, and when I went for my 6-month checkup to my surgeon, I was at a point where I should have been at a year. I would recommend Mark Brinkerhoff and Uinta Physical Therapy to anyone.
Let's do it.
This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Telegram to good health. Click on the telegram at k-9radio.com. Uinta Physical Therapy. You have a choice of where you can get your treatment. Walmart of Evanston. Save money. Live better. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog, at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Davis Chiropractic, traditional chiropractor, traditional values with flexible payment plans. Aspen Grove Nursery, your full-service nursery. Uinta Physical Therapy, comprehensive assessment and treatment programs for your individual needs. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog, at k-9radio.com. This Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaws American Legion Baseball is being brought to you by these Outlaw Baseball sponsors. Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. Everything you need to update the flooring, cabinets, and countertops in your home. Rocky Mountain Massage. Chronic pain management, stress reduction, and overall sense of well-being. Evanston Outlaws Baseball, online on KNYN, the Big Dog, at k-9radio.com.
Welcome back to the broadcast here from Rock Springs. And the Archie Hay Post-24 Invitational. Evanston Outlaws a 10-5 win over the Rawlins Generals. And the Outlaws, with that victory, improved to 1-1 this season after last Thursday's loss at Green River. Now, coming up this weekend, the Outlaws will continue action at this tournament. They have 2 games tomorrow here at this I-80 Invite against Torrington tomorrow at 11:45, and then they'll play against against Green River tomorrow at 3:45. We'll not be able to bring those broadcasts or those games to you, but our next Evanston Outlaw broadcast will be on Tuesday, when the Outlaws, I believe it's a home game against Green River, Thursday, May 8th, the Evanston Outlaws will host the Green River Knights, and we'll have that game right here for you on K-9radio.com. Pre-games at 5:45, and the first pitch at 6 o'clock. Now, also going on this weekend for Evanston, in the Evanston area for activities, Evanston High School track and field teams are at the Saratoga Invitational Track Meet at Panther Stadium in Saratoga, Wyoming. That began this morning at 9:30. Also this weekend, the Rich High School track and field teams are at the BYU Invitational. Rich Rodeo Club is at the Juab High School Rodeo and at the Juab County Fairgrounds. And some of the rodeo kids are also at the Lehigh Longhorn Rodeo. And then Monday is the Region 17 Golf Championship. So the Region Championships for the Rich High Golf Team Monday at Soldier Hollow in Midway, Utah. They're near Heber City. So that's what's coming up in the coming days. Look ahead at what's going on for the Evanston Outlaws, the Evanston Red Devils, and the Rich Rebels. And a big weekend for the Outlaws. A good win here this morning against the Rawlins Generals. Now again, our final score on the UNF Physical scoreboard, UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard, has the Evanston Outlaws winning 10-5 over the Rawlins Generals. And we're going to wrap this thing up. Again, our next broadcast will be Thursday when the Outlaws host the Green River Knights. Now, this has been the Evanston Outlaw post-game show here on the Big Dog in Country. This has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Once again, our final score on today's UNF Physical Therapy scoreboard, Evanston Outlaws 10 and the Rawlins Generals 5. Join us again on Thursday when the Outlaws host the Green River Knights. Pre-games at 5:45 with our first pitch at 6 o'clock. On Thursday from Evanston High School. We'll be on the air with you again at 5:45 with the pregame. So until then, go Outlaws.
You've been listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, with video online at K-9radio.com. Today's game has been brought to you by these Outlaws supporting businesses and individuals. Big O Tires, Castle Rock Chevrolet, Hoover Chiropractic, T-Bar-S Body Shop and Technoglass of Evanston. By Old West Stories and Production, Old West Design, Telegram to Good Health. By Walmart of Evanston, Ogden's Flooring and Design of Evanston. By Rocky Mountain Massage, Davis Chiropractic, Aspen Grove Nursery, and your scoreboard sponsor for today's broadcast was UNF Physical Therapy. Thank you for listening to a Big O Tires of Evanston presentation of Evanston Outlaw American Legion Baseball on KNYN, the Big Dog in Country, with video online at K-9radio.com.